Hi, my name is Melissa Fowler, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I have multiple YouTube channels, and I have posted on a couple of them, but never did I stick with it for any of them. I even have one channel where I said I had a whole intro and outro, and it was like new videos every blank, and then I never posted a single video on there ever again. So I decided to finally take YouTube seriously. It is my dream job, either YouTuber or being a YouTube editor or something. So I decided for right now, until I can get into that field, why not just try it out myself? I am not using a professional camera. I'm using my phone. So if you see me looking this way, it is because I tried to set my phone up to the back-facing camera, but I couldn't see myself, and it was bothering me because every time I checked, I wasn't centered. If you see me looking right here, I'm looking at myself. If you see me looking there, that's looking at you guys. So if I'm looking at y'all, I have to look at nothing. And if I'm looking at myself, it doesn't look like I'm looking at the camera. So I'm learning. It's a learning curve. So I decided to, for my first video, do a entire video talking about me going to the Versus tour, all the way from the beginning to end, basically getting the tickets all the way to the time I'm leaving the show, basically. I was actually really stressed because I had work that day. And I was lucky that the tickets dropped like right after I got off of work, because I was extremely stressed I wasn't going to be able to get tickets. I was not able to go to the first tour because they did not come to Florida. So when I saw they were coming to Orlando, I was like, yo, I'm getting those tickets. I don't care what it takes, and I don't care how much it costs. I'm going to meet them because they have saved my life. I actually got tickets to a show about a week prior to these tickets dropping on Ticketmaster, and Ticketmaster screwed me over extremely bad, and I was ready to get my meet and greet tickets for that concert I went to that wasn't this one, and I was on there, and Ticketmaster came up with that little rolling thing of death, and it was like, hang tight, you will be redirected shortly. And then it took a couple minutes, and I was like, this is taking kind of long, and I go on my computer because I was scared to leave the tab on my phone on the app. I go on my computer, and I see the tickets are up, and I was like, wow,
I could have just left the tab and gone back in.
safe to say I did not get those meet and greet tickets that I wanted for that concert. However, I did get them for this show. So I learned my lesson, and when Ticketmaster tells you to stay on that page, you do not stay on that page. So I immediately, when the time hit, whatever time the tickets were dropping, I do not remember. I think it was like 5:30 or something. I immediately left the tab and went back in. I immediately grabbed the Diamond package tickets. I didn't know what was available. I just grabbed whatever I saw was like the most offered. Like, I did spend a good chunk of money on tickets. I think I spent almost my entire paycheck that week of work just on these tickets, and I also didn't know they had backstage. So I grabbed the Diamond, and then I grabbed the backstage. Diamond and Platinum were basically the same thing. People were saying Diamond, other people were saying Platinum. They're the same thing, basically. I call it Diamond, but I don't know or remember exactly what it was. I was in disbelief. I literally freaked out. I was like, oh my god, I'm meeting the Cerniolo triplets. I made a TikTok, and I was like, hello, like, I'm meeting the Cerniolo triplets. Are you kidding? I cried. I was so happy. Like, I was like, I'm like finally meeting them after years and years of watching them online, and it was amazing. I do want to talk about one person in particular. The concert I was talking about earlier was in between this show and the tickets. So the show I went to before the Versus tour was the Dream concert in Orlando at the exact same venue the triplets performed at, which was crazy enough because I was going there like within the same month. And there was a couple people behind me, and I was in a big group chat for this concert. Basically, I saw someone in the group chat was also a fan of the triplets, so I messaged them and I was like, hey, any chance you're going to the Versus tour next month since you went to this concert? And they were like, yeah, oh my god. And I was like, what do you have? And they were like, I have Diamond. And I was like, oh my god, me too. So we not only ended up planning to be in line together for the whole time and like spend time together, but like we ended up becoming really close. So shout out to Kelsey. I love you so much. That entire day absolutely would not have been as much fun, and just an amazing experience if it wasn't for you, as well as everyone else in the line I met. If you're watching this, everyone was so amazingly sweet. I love this fandom so much. Thank you guys for making the day so much more special. Flashing forward to tour day, I was Team Blue, Team Matt girl all the way. I wore these like blue socks. I saw Matt like had kind of a pair like that in the like little video they made for the Versus tour announcing it. And I wore my gym shoes, which were all white, but I will talk about those later. And I put blue like laces in them just to kind of tie them in with my outfit. I wore blue jean shorts because I'm basic. And then I wore my blue Let's Trip like license plate t-shirt, blue sunglasses, like blue star sunglasses that I got a pair for me and I got a pair for Matt. And then I did like blue, like not eye black, but like face paint, but it looked like eye black because of the way I had it. Blue eyeliner, I basically did what I could where I didn't feel like I looked crazy, and I still felt like I still felt confident. So I live in Tallahassee currently because I go to school at Florida State University. And if you don't know how far that is from Orlando, that is almost 4 hours, not including traffic. Because of the package I had to be there, as far as I can remember, I think it was 1 or 1:30 p.m. If you take that, 4 hours prior to that time is 9 in the morning. So I told myself, okay, the latest you can leave is 9 in the morning. And that's cutting it close. And I wanted to be able to take time to get ready because the eyeliner I had wasn't an eyeliner like the felt pen I usually use. It was like the liquid type. And I was very stressed that I was going to have to take 30 minutes just to strictly do eyeliner. Didn't end up happening, and I woke up the time I did for no reason. But woke up at 6 a.m., got ready. I was able to take my time. It was very nice. I left around 7:30 and hit the road. Had a nice drive. I surprisingly was more awake than I thought I'd be. Grabbed I think it was a black cherry vanilla bang because I felt like it was on brand because I believe that's one of Nick's favorites. I could be wrong, but he's had that in the video multiple times. I think I got there around 11 or 12 because I left so early. I don't remember exactly what time I got there. But I was there early enough to wait long enough outside that I ended up getting a sunburn. It was luckily not that bad, but I'm extremely pale, so it was pretty bad when I got home. I'll insert a picture right here. So that is what I came home to. And if you look, you can see where I had like the eye black. It literally didn't burn right there. So that was just so much fun. We were kind of stressing out because we were supposed to go inside, or at least it hit 1:30, and we were like, oh my God, it's time. And then after a while, we still weren't going anywhere. And then as soon as we moved, we were like, oh my God, we're about to meet the triplets. Oh my God, we're about to meet the triplets. And then basically how they had this venue set up was you're over here. And then when it's time for your group to go, you get moved to the front of the venue, but you're still waiting in line. You're not in the venue yet, and you're not checked in. This is when they're checking everyone in, checking to make sure everyone has their IDs, checking to make sure everyone is who they are, and they have these tickets, and they're not in the wrong line, this and that. So I think we were in that line for an hour and a half, and it was going a little bit longer than it was supposed to, I think. It was taking so long that I was looking up, and our venue had this like balcony thing, and I'm looking up and I see people coming out, and it's Nick, and then I see Chris, and then I see Matt, and then I see Trill, and I'm like, oh my God. And I was one of the first people to notice because I literally go, oh my God, and then everyone starts screaming because everyone starts looking. And I'll put the video right here. I believe this was posted on like updates pages and stuff because I was one of the first people to post it. But like that was so surreal because that was my first time seeing them in person. They actually exist. My friend Kelsey in the like background of the video goes, they're real. Oh my God, they're real. But it was literally like the most accurate thing because like seeing them in real life, like in the flesh, is the most surreal experience. Like I can't even begin to explain it. Like if you know what I'm talking about, you also probably couldn't explain it. Like it's just a feeling you can't even like begin to express because it's like, whoa. A little bit after that, we were finally going in. We kind of took that as like okay, it's happening soon. They're definitely running behind on something that they did that, unless they were just messing with us and wanted to do that. Because I remember Nick posted a video on his story and I saw myself in it and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And all of us were freaking out. We were like, we're on Nick's story, oh my God. And then we start moving and going inside, and I had all my gifts for the boys in my bag, but sadly we weren't allowed to bring any of the gifts in, and I was really upset because I did want to give them their gifts backstage just so it was more sentimental, but I was fine that I didn't. I also made them bracelets and I wanted to give them to them. But they also told us we couldn't bring them in, like we couldn't bring them inside. We had to put them in a little gift bin as well. However, people did sneak them in and just lie and say that they didn't have bracelets for the boys and then gave the boys the bracelets. I'm fine with that. I mean, I was just scared to get in trouble, so that's why I didn't do that. But, so yeah, we get inside, we go line up where they told us to, and then we're waiting there, but we don't see them. And there was this like black curtain set up, but we didn't see anyone behind there. We could tell that was where they were going because there was like a bar, and then there was like a black curtain blocking you from being able to see. So we're waiting in line, and then they just walk to go to that area. They just walk past all of us, not directly, like we're here and they're on the other side of like the floor, and they just walk past that side of the pit. And we were like, whoa, that was crazy, because they're like right there, like they were feet from me, like that was insane. But then I was like, oh my god, now I'm actually about to meet them. Holy shit, this is insane. I'm not ready for this. I was freaking out. I was so anxious. I was like, oh my god, holy shit, like I don't know what to do. I made sure that my phone's screen recording settings were set correctly, because I've seen people that forgot to turn their like microphone on for the screen recording setting, and I made sure to test that because the last thing I wanted was for that to happen. Flashing forward to small talk. I went first. Kelsey wanted me to go first because she was too nervous. As per usual, they had it Chris, Matt, and then Nick. So I went up to Chris first, and I'm going to put in the video now with the audio, and then after that I'm going to talk about basically the whole thing and do the same thing for Matt and then the same thing for Nick. So here right now is the video of me and Chris at Small Talk.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good, good. I like your shirt.
Thanks.
Of course.
I got a gas station worker complimented it this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I did want to show you this. I got this done
Oh,
a few
wow.
weeks ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's wild.
I'm shaking a lot.
No, you're
Can
good.
you take the photo?
Yeah, let's do it.
And can we do one that's like just quick? That's like this. Oh.
Like the,
Like the
this
mouth
one?
open. Yeah, mouth open.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you so much.
There you go.
So this is where my favorite part of the entire day comes in, one of them at least. And so I have a tattoo of yesterday's problem with mountains right above my knee. I got it for not only the boys, but I also got it for me. Matt has helped me a lot with my anxiety. I can't even begin to explain how much he's helped. I've been suffering from anxiety and depression for a majority of my life. And not only has him talking about it openly helped a lot, because not a lot of content creators do that, but just their videos in general really, really help me on a day-to-day basis, because I know if I'm ever feeling upset, I can just go and watch their videos and I'm going to smile no matter what. So being able to show them that, like, that was the first thing that made me so happy I almost cried. And I did cry after I met them because it was so surreal, but it was nice finally being able to show them, and that was only Chris's reaction. Like, I was so nervous for Matt's reaction. I was like, oh, is he gonna hate it? He's gonna think it's crazy. He's gonna like this and that. Chris's reaction was so cool. He was so sweet. I was really nervous because it was the first person I was meeting, and Chris is kind of intimidating to me. I don't know why.
He's the sweetest ever. I was intimidated to meet him at first, but then I met him and I was like, wow, this dude's super chill and he's really sweet. Why did I tell him that a gas station worker complimented my shirt when I got gas before I left for the show? Don't want to talk about it. Let's forget it happened. Anyways, Matt. Here is my video of me meeting Matt at Small Talk.
Hi, how are you? Good to meet you.
I did want to show you this. I got it done.
Oh my god. Before I even did anything with it. I love that.
I tried to get it so it was healed.
Yes, that is so cool. Wow.
Can you take it? I'm shaking a lot.
Yes, I got you. Here we go.
And are we able to take one with the sunglasses
Yes,
on?
let's do it.
Awesome. You can keep those if
Thank you so
want,
much.
of course.
Okay, so that was the one I was most nervous about, not only because I'm a Matt girl, but also the tattoo, but also it's Matt. You know, it was I was nervous. In the beginning, I don't talk like that. When I walked up, I'm like, hi, I'm so good. I don't talk like that. I don't ask any of my friends. I don't talk like that. I don't know what possessed me. I don't know what took over me, but it was Matt girl initiated at that point. Don't know who that was. That was not Melissa. His reaction to the tattoo made me tear up. It doesn't just relate to them. It symbolizes so much for me. Being able to show them that tattoo made it that much more special, and the day that much more special, and it was just amazing, and I can't even begin to explain it. He was so sweet, and he was excited to let him keep the glasses. So yeah, it was really, really sweet. Moving on to Nick. before I show the video of me with Nick at Small Talk, I could cry right now. After I met Matt, I was so shell-shocked. I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but I was in so much shock that I locked my phone. When you put your phone down, it's like an instinct we have to just lock it. So I did that, not remembering or realizing that I did that. As soon as I go to take the pictures with Nick, I'm like, oh, my phone was locked. I need to screen record. So right before I go and take the pictures with Nick, I screen record. So that is why it is not very long.
Sure.
And can we take one that's like far away and like?
Yeah, I guess. Work.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
You can literally see that all I got was me taking the photos with him and then saying good luck. That was about it. Do I remember what we talked about prior to that?
No. Do I wish I did? Yes. Did I probably black out while I was meeting them, and that's the whole purpose of why I was screen recording? Absolutely. Am I pissed at myself? Absolutely.
Would I change any second of it? No. Do I wish I had the proof of what we talked about? Yeah, because I remember it was a great conversation. And the second part is I forgot to show Nick the tattoo the whole night. Not just at Small Talk, the entire night. And then here are the signed postcards we got at Small Talk. Here's Matt's, Chris's, and Nick's. I love that they do their little things and everything. Like Matt's is little smiley face, Nick's is little star, and Chris's is his little what's that called? What is that? A dollar sign. Wow. It was cool because I do have something signed from them, but it was a merch drop like over a year ago, I think like last summer, and it was with like the OG merch drop, and they gave away like very minimal postcards signed by them. I didn't think I'd get one of those, but I did. So that was the only thing I had signed by them, so that was really cool. Moving to red carpet. So here is the video of me meeting the boys again at the red carpet as a group.
Right here. Perfect.
So red carpet was really, really fun. Do I like my picture? No. I don't even remember if I posted it on Instagram. I literally hated how I looked in it. It's what I love it because it's them. Do I like how I look in it? No. Do I like the fact that I'm in the picture with them? Absolutely. So if it is posted, that is the only reason why. I cannot stand that picture. Going to the show. So, it was extremely entertaining, and I actually ended up making friends with Josie, who was Nick's teammate. I recorded all of Jenga, which was, I think, a 20-something minute video, and it was the most intense time of my life because our show was make or break for Nick winning tour or even having a shot. If Nick didn't win our show, he didn't get a chance to win tour at all, which he didn't, so that sucked, having to like watch him literally basically lose tour in that moment. And then it was Chris win and be more ahead of Matt, or Matt win, and I believe it would either be, if Matt had won, he would have either been tied or just one behind Chris. I do not remember the exact score. Of course, Matt knocked down Jenga, as per usual. Someone really needs to teach him how to play Jenga. Chris won. Surprise, surprise. He also won tour. If you didn't know, surprise, Chris won tour. Now we are gonna go to backstage. So, backstage was split into groups, I believe, of 10, including the chaperones, I think. I don't remember. So I ended up going in the second group of people to go backstage. We all lined up, and he was like, Nick started talking, and he was like, all right, we were very lenient back here. Just kind of walk around, find a triplet, talk to them, make your way to the other triplets, make friends, talk about stuff, do whatever. Yeah. Then they were like, also, we have these hats. We can sign the hats. We don't have to. We can sign other stuff. Just let us know and we'll sign it. So this is the hat, and it says, Let's Trip Versus Tour 2023, and it's like an ombre vibe of like all three of the team colors, and as you see, I did have them sign the hat. We also got this little pass before we went in. It just says the Let's Trip Versus Tour Stern Yellow Triplets Backstage Pass. And again, they signed it. I was too scared to go up to them. I was so nervous. I was like, oh my god, like, I have to go talk to the triplets. And then Chris came up to me, and then I was like, and then I was really nervous. But he came up to me, broke the ice, and so he was like, I'm going to sign the hat, got out of my bag, signed the backstage pass. And then I was like, hey, you know what? Let's do this. I had them sign my gym shoes, which I don't regret one bit. So that was freaking awesome. I love wearing these to the gym. So much fun. These did have blue laces in them at the show. But yeah, so there's my signed shoe. And then I went over to Nick. We had a cute little conversation. And when I told him about the shoe, he was like, yeah, just put your leg up on my knee. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. And so a mom, like, helped me, like, balance. And then I was like, I don't have that ballet balance I had years ago. And so he thought that was funny. But we talked a little bit, and I was like, listen, I'm just saying, you guys should make the last show multiple points so that anyone can win. And he was like, yeah, I like that idea, but at this point, it's whatever. Like, it's fun, and I'm still having a good time, even if I'm not able to win. I was like, that's so sweet. And then we go to Matt, who I was the most nervous about. But I did it. So I go up to Matt, and I believe I was one of the last people to talk to Matt. I'm like 90%. I think I was the last person to talk to Matt, which was nice because I got the most amount of time with him out of all the triplets. Here's where we get into my daily Matt dance. So, basically, every single day on my private Snapchat story, I do this thing called a daily Matt dance. It is 2 little dances, basically things he does in the TikToks and whatever that he's done in the past, and I'll put like an example one right here. Basically, I do those every single day. As I'm filming this, today was day 36. So I believe the day I did with him was day 13. When I woke up that morning, I was like, I'm going to try and get my daily Matt dance with Matt today. Did I think it was going to happen? No. Did I think it was going to blow up in the fandom? Absolutely not. Was that so awesome? Absolutely. It was really freaking cool. First, I had him sign everything, and then I was like, okay, so I kind of have a crazy question. He was like, hit me. I said, I do this thing on my private story every day where I do like a daily Matt dance, and it's like little dances you've done on TikTok. And I showed him a little video showing him an example, and he was like, I love it. And I was like, do you want to do today's with me? And he was like, absolutely, I'd love to. Let's do it right now. Let's go. He was very excited, and I had a lot of people when they posted the video, and when I posted the video, I had a lot of people saying, oh, he looks embarrassed, he looks forced to do this. I just want to preface the fact that I showed him the video of me doing it, and he loved it. Then I asked him, and he was even more for it. Like, he was like, oh, I love it so much, let's do it. That's the part of the video I obviously don't have. I only recorded us doing the dance. So don't assume things, as everyone says on social media. But again, please don't assume things, because, you know, that kind of hurt. I was like, I don't want people to think I forced him to do that. Like, he was all for it. If he said no, I wouldn't have done it. For some reason, people think everyone is an asshole. And I wouldn't ever force him or anyone to do a dance with me. Like, that, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I set up the camera. You can literally hear him in the video, like, yeah, let's go. So here's the video, and then I'll talk about it a little bit afterwards.
Okay. You ready? Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
It was so much fun. Like, we were both laughing. It was fun. The second dance, when I showed him the video initially, he was like, oh, I haven't done that second one in a while, but I'll do my best for you. And I was like, okay. And it was so much fun. Like, I can't even express how happy it made me. Like, did I ever think starting those daily Matt dances as a joke on my Snapchat story every day would turn into that? Absolutely not. So I still do them, obviously, but it was really nice to be able to do a daily Matt dance with Matt. Like, that was so surreal. And having to do my daily Matt dance that day after alone made it so sad. Like, having to do those every day now alone is so sad. After that, he was like, is that good? And I was like, oh, it's perfect. You did great. And he was like, okay, great. So we talked a little bit about the tattoo, and we talked a lot about it, and he loved it so much. We talked about yesterday's problem, told him about some of the gifts I got him, and basically he explained, like, oh yeah, we go through all the gifts. They give us like a big gift bin thing at the end of every show, and we go through it a little bit, and then we go through the gifts every now and then after tour and go through everything and the letters and everything. I wrote them all letters, so I let him know. I did put a Polaroid of the tattoo in his letter just as a reminder, and he was like, oh, I love that so much, thank you again. So yeah, and then I actually ended up talking to all 3 of them right before we had to leave, so that was kind of crazy, but it was really, really fun. It was a nice little conversation we all had. I was worried I was gonna have like post-concert depression. I was gonna be so upset leaving, but I didn't stop smiling that whole night. I think I drove home wide awake. Like, it was so late when I was driving home, and a smile never left my face. I was jamming out. My throat hurt so bad from screaming. I was in such a good mood, but my face hurt from smiling. Like, I felt like I fulfilled something in my heart being able to show them that tattoo, that it just made the experience so good that there was nothing bad afterwards that made me like upset that it was over. Am I upset tour's over? Absolutely. But would I change a single thing that happened that day? Absolutely not. Well, maybe not forgetting to tell Nick about the tattoo and accidentally stopping the screen recording. But other than that, I wouldn't change a single thing. That was my experience at the Versus tour. It was so much fun, and I really hope they do a tour like that again. I think it would be really fun to have like a Versus tour 2.0, the redemption, and it's only Matt and Nick, and like Chris is only playing for fun. That'd be kind of sick. The whole day was amazing, and if you ever do get the chance to meet them, I 10 out of 10 would recommend doing it. And also make friends of people that have the same interests as you, and I'm not only talking about the triplets. Like, having friends that not only support the things you're interested in, but also are interested in those things, make the friendship that much better because you have so much to talk about. I never, ever expected to not only become friends with Kelsey so quickly, but also never expected her to be one of my best friends. Like, the other night, we literally FaceTimed for 4 hours. I literally called her to say, oh my God, I think Nick shaved his head, and then we ended up calling until midnight. I am so grateful for not only all of my friends, but also all my friends I've made through this fandom. If you're watching this and you followed me from seeing a video of me and Matt or a photo or an edit I've made, I just want to say thank you so much, because you guys are another reason I keep going. I have multiple reasons, including Dream, including the Cerniolo triplets, multiple things, but having those people that I know I can go to if I need something, knowing those people won't make fun of my interests, knowing those people won't make fun of me for something that makes me happy, it's one of those things I think all of us take for granted when it comes to being in a fandom, because there's always drama, there's always this, there's always that, and I feel like it's something that isn't talked about much. Like, we're all here for each other, because in that case, we're all in the even playing field. Like, you gotta think about it from the perspective of, we all found these boys either on TikTok or YouTube, sitting in a car, talking about the most random shit, but they bring a smile to all of our faces every single day. And right now it is 4:17, and in an hour and 12 minutes I will be smiling ear to ear because it's going to be a Wednesday video. That being said, thank you for watching my first video on this channel. I plan to make a lot and as often as I can. Being at college, it's kind of hard, but I am traveling for Christmas. I'm probably going to do a little vlog of that. I've got a lot of video ideas. Comment any ideas you want to see. I'm also going to leave some forms in the caption of a video or a couple video ideas I have that involve you guys. So I'm also going to leave those in the caption below. My socials are also going to be in the caption below. Go give it a follow. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next video. Peace out.